we're doing a double cast this time around, right?
Yes, since we, due to the nature of what we're doing here, which we'll get into later, it made more sense for us to have two. But we thought it would be funny, Andrew. We were doing this while we were waiting for you to join the call.
I was making halupki. There was a cabbage water related incident. I'm mostly naked right now. As a result, it's great.
Very nice. Yeah, he's definitely the only one too. So the idea was, Adam and I were like, what if in this universe everybody has two lives? So like they all have two careers.
It's such a small town that everyone had to double up on positions.
Like everyone has to have two jobs. So like we'll give an example. Adam, give me a career.
A dentist.
Landscaper.
So he's got to take care of the lawns and still
your teeth.
Work on your teeth. Yeah. He's got big tools and little tools.
That's right.
All right, Victor, you give me one.
Okay. Let's go with UPS driver.
I was going to say mailman. So that doesn't work out. No,
it doesn't work.
Right. Reset. Try
wait. I'll give you one. So it's a triangle.
Okay.
Teacher.
Bus driver.
Oh, that works.
Oh, that's very convenient. He drives all the kids in and then teaches them.
Just the whole day. Just from the time you get on the bus to the time you get off.
That sounds terrible. Your teacher follows you home.
Oh, man. Your teacher knows where you live.
All right.
That's not cool.
Victor, you give one to Andrew, and they'll complete the cycle.
Okay, Andrew. Cashier.
Dog. Oh, wait. That's not a career.
I guess I remember seeing a video of a dog that could count and do like calculations. So not far off.
How about cashier like veterinarian?
No, cashier dog sounds better. Like woof, that'll be $6.56. Woof.
Welcome to GenreBorg, the genre mashing machine. We're a podcast that usually takes a genre of film, creates 3 original characters, and then workshops a 3-act story. But for this season, by the way, welcome to the premiere of season 6. We decided to do a little fun thing for 3 episodes.
Most complicated intro of all time.
No, this is what we do. No, we're going to take 2 genres and actually mash them together. So anyway, that is our podcast. My name is Vic, and I'm done talking.
My name is Andrew. I'm not sure if I should go next.
My name is Andrew, and Andrew, you went at the right time. I'm Adam. Oh, I'm eggs on my face.
Wow, that's a lot of egg.
Great. So our 2 genres for today are a cautionary sci-fi murder mystery movie.
Yeah, the people are gonna die, and science.
Right. The idea here was we wanted to do 2 that we have already done. So if you want us to just talk all about one of these, you can go back and check out some of our older episodes. But for the purposes of this, best definition I can come up with here. So obviously science is going to have to be a driving part of this story. And something's going to go wrong with that science, and it's going to teach some sort of lesson about the dangers of fooling around with that kind of power. And of course, since it's a murder mystery, someone's going to be killed early on, and finding out how and why they were killed is going to be a pretty big part of the plot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what we got. It's pretty complicated. I don't know. I think after a year of doing this, we might be ready for something this tough.
Next, we'll add 3.
Yeah. I couldn't think of really any examples for this, but I do have a couple things. I think the opening to the novel of Lost World was kind of like this.
Yeah.
Because it was like this girl got attacked in a jungle by dinosaurs, but like there was this huge thing where they had to find out what was going on. And that kind of reminded me of this. And then I thought, I don't know, maybe then the next 2 I thought of were both time travel. I thought of Timeline. Yeah, there's that cautionary sci-fi aspect, but it's also about finding out certain details about people that died in the past. And
does iRobots fit this category.
Oh,
Because
that's a good point.
I think that there's a big plot point early on about a scientist that dies, and he made all these artificial intelligence stuff.
It is definitely a murder mystery. And I do think, I mean, it's definitely a sci-fi murder mystery. The question is it a cautionary sci-fi movie? I think maybe. I think it's definitely the closest you can get to what we're doing here.
Be careful with AI is part of the...
Yeah, it's Asimov.
part of
It
the
has
moral.
to be a little bit cautionary, at least.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Although they really messed up Asimov for that movie, though.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother...
Of course,
whole other talk. Yeah.
Check out our offshooting GenreBot project page for that. Which, by the way, we have like stuff recorded.
Yep.
That we have to post. We'll get to that. Yeah,
Yep.
more on that later. Anyway, so that's what we're dealing with, and now it's on to character time.
Character time.
Check your watch. What time is it?
It's character time. So, characters. We decided that we were going to do 2 characters for this because murder mysteries are complicated. When we did our murder mystery, we did 2 because, I mean, if there's 3 people, it's like we could wrap this up in 20 minutes. You know, like.
And we kept adding more too.
Yeah, we kept. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better with more. So, okay. I would like Andrew to go first.
Alrighty, I'm in quite the mood for this. So, my character is Dr. Patricia Marshall. She is...
Okay.
I didn't want to make a male scientist because I'm like, we'll just make a Rick.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alright, so Dr. Marshall is a woman somewhere in her 30s or maybe 40s. Who plays Monica on Friends?
Well, not
Courtney
Jennifer
something?
Aniston, Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, yeah.
Cox. That's who I picture playing her.
All right, neat.
Yeah, a few years ago, her husband was wrongfully imprisoned. And I don't mean like he was innocent. I meant he did like something stupid that you probably still shouldn't have to go to prison for, like marijuana possession or public urination. Or like the penalties is too steep, basically.
Yeah, so he's in prison, but it's kind of like, why is prison the sentence for this?
He was in prison.
Oh, was?
Yeah, he lost his faith in society. He was bullied by other inmates. He was very guilt-ridden over, like, just tanking Patricia's life. And so he killed himself in prison.
Aw.
Dr. Marshall was so heartbroken that she doubled down on her work. Character 2. I created a monster because nobody wanted to see Marshall no more. It's a beast born of the might of nature and the mind of man. Something so beautiful as to be a child of art as much as one of science. God himself would not be so bold as to do what I have done. Standing 3 meters at the thorax, insectoid muscles brimming with fatal power, forelimbs more formidable than the very scythe of the Reaper himself, stands Patricia's giant mantis. Let's call him Doug. Doug the Bug.
You know, just the other day I was saying to myself, wow, it's been a while since one of our episodes has been kind of fragged by a left turn character.
Click, clack, N-words.
Well, Andrew, I don't think you can make a sci-fi parable without having a mantis-driven character.
That's true.
The last time you did that was episode 6, our sci-fi parable. It's like the two are intertwined in your mind.
I'm breathing in the feeling. It feels like a cold, crisp winter day in my heart.
Have you guys heard my alternative punk band, Intertwined in the Mind?
All right. So, I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
All right.
So, my first character's name is Scott. I didn't give him a last name, and you'll see why.
You made another Scott. Haven't you learned?
How many Scotts have I made?
No, what was it? Our film noir, just a few turns ago.
Oh.
You're like, oh, hey, he should be a Scott. That's fine. I'm not gonna...
It wasn't it wasn't like my main character, though, was it?
No, but...
Oh, well, that's probably why I didn't think of it.
Well, screw you, Adam.
What I'm saying is, you've got a shallow well over there.
All right.
Scott's floating up to the top.
Okay, well, gee, Victor's a writer. Okay, he has a couple names: Scott, Larry. These are all names that everyone's heard, but no one actually knows a Scott or a Larry.
That's true.
So Scott is
What's
and
Scott's last name?
I didn't
He
give him
doesn't
one.
have one.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
get to that. Are you gonna let me? Like, jeez, man.
Let Victor
sorry.
talk for a disproportionate amount of time like he does every episode.
Table flip. Jeez. All right. He's an ambitious young scientist. He followed in his father's footsteps, or mother's. I don't know. I thought father, but meaning like he studies the same stuff. His parent, father, mother, happens to be responsible for an enormous breakthrough in science that plays a central role in our story. So I didn't give him a last name because I thought that might pertain to somebody in our story, like Dr. Marshall. I don't know yet. So there you go. There's Scott. Second character, Layla Peters. Did I make any other Laylas, Adam?
Layla!
Have I?
Victor, won't you
Laylas?
describe your character now?
Pretty sure you've made it Peter.
This is Layla Peters.
I know. Just saying.
There's actually a reason. There's a very specific reason why this is her name, but I'll get to it in a minute.
Layla!
Layla is a highly successful woman in her mid-30s. She's made billions of dollars off of scientific contracts and happens to be funding whatever research is being done in this story in order to make a profit. She's ruthless and demanding, often pushing people to get results faster than what's considered reasonable.
This writes itself.
Yeah.
And her name is a mashup of the name Peter Wayland.
Oh, okay. Who is a character in Alien vs. Predator. And Prometheus.
He's a character in Prometheus. Is he? He's not in Alien vs. Predator. Is he?
Yes, he is.
I didn't know that. Well, anyway, Wayland Corporation is a thing in the Alien mythos, and Peter Wayland was the founder. So it was inspired by that. So I figured, sure,
Nice.
do a name that does homage to that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like me and Victor's characters together. That's a missing puzzle piece that I just put in.
Kind of. I mean, there are definitely pieces that fit together. Hopefully,
This puzzle's bigger, guys.
Hopefully,
Hey, guys.
Adam's going to give us some sort of swashbuckling pirate or something. Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Choose your names wisely.
Well, first of all, I wanted to apologize for making fun of Scott.
My character
friend-
is Bob Smith.
Yeah. Your last character was Jack Lumber, the lumberjack. You're not allowed to make fun of me, dude.
And this time, my
He's
character
completely
is
right.
it's Stephen Crawford. Who's
okay, that's a name.
Yeah, Stephen Crawford. And he's
Actually,
he's
Adam, if you go back to episode 32, I think you'll notice you had another Steven. So basically, go off into the night and die.
Stephen Crawford is a used car salesman.
Yes.
His friends call him Skeevy Stevie because he's no good dirty. He'll sell you any lemon that comes around. He's a wheeler and dealer. He wears a cheap suit. He's got old shades. They're broken a few times, but he's a fast talker, and he will make that sell.
Okay, and who's your second character?
My second character is Dr. Taiko Fuji.
Ah, okay. Asian people. They can do science.
Yep. She's an Asian Japanese scientist who was working on a formula to regulate blood pressure. Trying helping out people. She kind of late 20s.
Wait, I got this. This is actually an origin to the movie Ninja Assassin. She released a virus into the atmosphere that overpressurized everyone's blood on Earth, which is why in that movie, when people get sliced, blood just explodes out of them as if it was pressurized.
I don't think
Very
that problem
close.
is... Oh.
Well, the truth of it is that in her research, she accidentally discovered a compound that, when combined with the human blood, causes both. Yeah, it's kind of innocuous. Nothing bad happens at first, but when combined with blood, it causes the two solutions to form an explosive, and for the human body to combust.
So it has this stuff that was supposed to regulate blood pressure, but accidentally created.
You know, that's how they invented Viagra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They wanted to make blood pressure medicine, and it wound up working on penises much better than blood. So, like...
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, all right, bad news, we didn't make a blood pressure medicine. Better news, we're going to make a ton of money.
Yep.
There's totally a market for this, guys.
Yes.
We are...
So basically, she knows that. Oh no, this is dangerous information, but I don't want to scrap like pretty much my whole career's work. So she's a little bit on the run from her company. She's kind of trying to keep this information secret, hush hush, until she can get it to do what she wants it to do, and not the thing that terrorists are going to want to use.
Speaking of that, I should get some pants.
And speaking of references, Dr. Fuji is similar to Dr. Fuji from Pokemon.
Ah.
Oh.
We dreamed of creating the world's most powerful blood pressure medicine, and we succeeded.
You got it.
Oh man! All right, well there you go. That is certainly 6 characters. That brings us to our next segment, which is story time.
Story time.
Yes, story time.
Story time.
I think I gotta get my clock set because I was a little behind on that.
Story time. So this, as you can probably guess, is we take this stuff that we just made up, and we put it all in a story sack, and we just really just shake that sack around, and then we reach in and pull out a story.
All right, so right off the bat, I think my character is going to be Victor's character's mother.
Really?
What?
I was actually considering that perhaps Dr. Fuji, my character, could be his mother.
That's racist.
No, he doesn't have a last name.
I intentionally made it so he could be related to whoever.
So racist, all of you.
So hold on. Honestly, we've got 2 scientists.
3.
And
2 and a son.
Oh, well, yeah, besides Scott.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say is, like, Scott's got a parent that was a scientist, so it could be either one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the qualifier here is they made a breakthrough that's central to the story.
Right. So is this going to be a murder mystery in the shape of a sci-fi parable story, or?
Yeah, I think the approach we should take is that it's a murder mystery with like a sci-fi skin on it.
Okay.
Right.
Because I mean, murder mystery is a pretty specific format, and cautionary sci-fi I think is a little malleable.
I agree with that. Sounds accurate.
Yeah.
So I think that means we kind of have to decide who dies. So, although our other murder mystery was not one death, it was like there was a killer on the loose.
Hey, Andrew, what do you think?
I think that Leila Peters and Patricia Marshall, and my character they're about the same age, and Leila Peters is kind of like a project funder. So what I'm seeing is she's Dr. Marshall's boss. I'm not sure how Taiko Fuji fits.
Yeah, they could be at the same institute.
I'm not sure how Taiko Fuji fits in. She might work at the same place.
I have an idea. What if... Now, I know we're... I guess... I don't think we're going to be able to capture the same thing we did last time, where we didn't know the killer until the end.
Let's do our own thing here.
What I'm thinking here is, what if Peters and Marshall... Because when I saw the thing with the giant manises, I kind of immediately thought of Ozymandias in Watchmen, where he put all this research and funding into creating a giant monster, but it actually was for a different reason.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
It could be like a bait and switch, like Peters is funding this, but has an ulterior motive.
You think Doug the Bug is the big enemy until you realize, oh no, the enemy is actually a person.
Yeah. Well, no. Mantises can be used for so much more than murder. You're all sheep.
We gotta find something for Skeevy Stevie to do.
Yeah. Well, where does the used car salesman fit into this?
Where does a used car salesman fit into this, Adam?
He could sell someone a used car.
Well, I mean, all right, problem
if they
solved.
need to get somewhere.
Maybe
Dr. Fuji.
Oh,
go ahead.
maybe Scott lives with Stephen Crawford because he's broke and just kind of like a struggling millennial, and that it's just like his like what's that called? It's like the element that makes him a sympathetic character, like humanizes him. You know, instead of him just being a lab rat, you get to see him like at home at the end of the day with his crazy roommate, you know, Skeevy Stevie.
But why isn't he with his living with his mom?
Because he's trying to move out.
Yeah,
well, I mean, you know,
that could be it.
Yeah, like maybe he was living with his mother or whatever when they were working together, but since wait, hold on a second. Oh, actually, okay, I'm looking at my description now. I don't think I ever officially said that the parent was murdered.
No.
But that's kind of what I was envisioning, though.
Oh.
Well, actually, what's interesting is maybe Fuji's formula... Oh, wait. This could be like Layla Peters could be funding Fuji and Marshall because she wants everyone to demand the exploding serum in order to kill the monsters.
Ah.
Yeah, that could work.
I mean, insects don't have blood.
Oh.
Crap.
Oh no, science wins this round.
I'm trying to put these pieces together.
Yeah. I love the smell of science in the morning.
What
if they need monsters to deal with the exploding people?
the opposite solution.
That's not bad. See, if only it was a blood-sucking insect, we could say, no, the giant insect will, like if you take the serum, then it'll just start sucking your blood, and it'll, like, even you out.
Yeah, the mosquito would cancel it out. But no,
man.
Doug the Bug is a mantis. And
yes.
did Patricia make Doug the Bug? Is he a direct?
Yes.
Can it just Can it just be one bug?
Oh yeah, that's what I was envisioning. Well, I mean, not in like a grand, actual, real-world plan. I mean, like in this particular scenario, she only made one bug. I plan on making several on an island.
Okay, so all right. So there's Doug is the one mantis. How about oh, see, now my brain just went to Murder in the Rue Morgue.
Oh,
where it's
yeah,
like.
Well, I just did a whole food pyramid in my head. Not food pyramid, food chain, food web. I did the thing where wait, if there is another giant mosquito in this picture, then maybe she made Doug the Bug to fight the mosquito, and the mosquito had something to do with the blood. It's like,
so this is now Godzilla.
Yeah,
let them fight.
That is the wrong subgenre.
You're correct,
guys. This is hard. All right, so hold on. Let's. All right. Okay.
we painted a challenge.
Okay.
All right. Let's start the story. Let's do what we did last time. Let's say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's back up here. Back up. All right. So first, I think we need to establish. There needs to be like something very weird that happens, something mysterious, and it has to involve someone being killed. And our main characters have to spend the whole movie trying to figure it out, and it just needs to involve science. So I think we've got the pieces. We've got scientists, people funding it, all kinds of stuff.
Starting to put those pieces together, we could start it off with Scotty and his roommate, Skeevy Stevie. Stevie has acquired a new used car, and it turns out that as soon as he checks the trunk, maybe it was just left in his lot, and as soon as he checks the trunk, oh, there's a dead body in here.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
We got to start somewhere.
I think it's the most logical step if we're trying to start off with their relationship, then it goes, like Scott, Stevie.
Yeah. Yeah, the person who got murdered doesn't have to be like one of our characters. Like, we can start off with just a random being murdered, and they have to get into the detail of like why. Well, my mom's a scientist. Maybe she can figure this out.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if I like your idea of Scott not being directly involved at first and the car being a thing. Like, okay, let's say like Stevie is his roommate, and let's say Stevie's at work, and there's this used car that somebody wants to buy, and they're like, "Hey, what's that in the back seat?" or something like that, or the trunk. And it's something, not a body, something more cryptic, like a disc or a file or a flash drive, or maybe even like a little tube of that serum.
Or the severed leg of a Sasquatch.
Well,
It was in my head for some reason.
I like the. I don't know. This is a murder mystery, right? We want to usually start off with a body. It could be the body in the trunk, then a test tube or something in the back seat. It's like the one only clue that they have.
What about like a test tube with some sort of embryo inside it?
So you gotta think ahead though, and think like, how careless would they have to be for that to happen? Dropping a flash drive is easy, but
Well, maybe it wasn't careless. Maybe it was something that the dead body had on them. This is their way of discarding the body.
Yeah, like maybe you said he's like a super sketchy dude.
Oh,
maybe
yeah. He would sell this car back.
Maybe he's picking up a car from like a ditch on the side of the road because it's not claimed or anything, and he plans on like fixing it up and then reselling it.
Yeah.
This guy's a terrible car salesman.
Oh yeah, no, he's the worst. So like let's say he's like, hey Scott, come help me out. I'm going to pick up another car. I found it on the side of the road.
He opens the door. Nope, it's a stinker.
Yes.
I think that's his code.
But that's the thing. But like Scott being there is going to be important because he'll see like, I don't know, like a logo for a laboratory or something and be like, wait.
I was going to say, what if the dead body is a scientist from like his mom's lab?
Maybe not. Like I said, instead of him recognizing the scientist, maybe he recognizes like the logo on his clothes or something. Because I want it to be like a small piece, like something that's.
But is the logo from where his mom works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
When you were circling around giving him a name, I was like thinking of all the scientists that I don't like.
You want to name after one of them?
Yeah, let's grind some axes. I haven't victored in a while.
Oh. All right. Name the scientist, Andrew. It's on you.
Now we have to give him. Andrew, your letter is K.
Kenneth Lacavera.
All right.
Okay.
Go to a different university and abandon your grad students now, Ken.
Kenneth Lacavera?
Yeah.
All right. So he is the dead scientist we find in the car.
Can I throw a quick disclaimer on there? Murder's bad. All right, proceed.
Yeah, don't kill anyone, kids.
So they find him, and what's going to happen is... See, now, what's going to motivate him to not report it and try to look into it on his own?
Because he's Skeevy Stevie, man. He wheels and deals all the wheels and all the deals.
Well, no, Scott though, because he's going to be the one that's like, oh, I know that logo, and be like, we need to keep this on the down low.
It could be blackmail. Could be Stevie. Stevie's like, no, you can't get the cops involved with this.
Oh, maybe he exploded because he had the serum in him.
Oh,
yeah. And then Scott can take a blood sample and figure out that that's what it is, and be like, wait, like my mom was working on this or something like that.
Yeah, that could be potentially it.
Ooh, maybe his mother went missing.
Oh,
and it turns out she was just kind of like taken underground for this project.
Who's his mother?
I think it should be Dr. Fuji.
Seems kind of racist, but okay.
There's no race, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Especially, like, she could have taken that name when she got married or something.
Or he could have acquired that name when he became the son of an independent woman. And anything works.
I don't think that's how sonship works.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's not bad. So, like, it's like, whoa, like, okay, so, yeah, this is a car accident, but, like, what's up with this dude?
All right, so now would be a good point to introduce this scientific company. Do we want to name this place, where the lab that they're working in?
Oh yeah, I'm surprised we haven't yet. Let's call it
the Peters Institute.
That could be it. Or are you like Mercury Labs?
Well, if we're gonna go all the way with like the Wayland Corp, it could be like Peters Labs or something like that.
Yeah, I like Institute.
Peters Institute.
Yeah.
Peters Incorporated. Peters Solutions.
Peters Solutions is funny because solution like the scientific solutions, like different compounds and stuff like that.
You know, these things aren't really named that cutely.
Is Peters Solutions okay with you?
No, I like Peters Institute, but Solutions is fine.
Peters Solutions.
All right then.
And so, my question is Doug the Bug a creation known to everyone, or is it only known to Patricia?
No. This is a beautiful secret that needs to be protected, like the fact that Jesus is the Messiah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So Patricia's working on this undercover bug.
You know, I think I might have something that might kind of liberate us here. We might be able to take the murder part out of the mystery and just call it a cautionary sci-fi mystery. Because murder mystery, I think, is kind of like, I feel like it's the same format.
Well, we already killed someone.
There's no going back to that.
Well, like what I'm saying...
Let's not be regressive here.
But what I'm saying... No, I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying is, like, solving that murder is actually solving, like, a much bigger thing.
Okay, so it's only the murder. It's not a series of them.
Yeah, there's a murder, but the whole mystery is about way more than that.
I like it.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah, that might help us kind of focus a little better here, because that was my thing. Is like, man, you know, because the sci-fi stuff always has to be like big picture. There always has to be like, you know, and murder mystery is supposed to be so small picture.
Yeah, so we have to meet in the middle, do a nice medium scope.
So why'd you pick this genre, Victor?
Because I'm a masochist. All right. I don't know. Let's. All right. So
Layla is funding Dr. Fuji's research, the blood science stuff, and she's also funding Patricia, who, in addition to doubling down on her current work, is doing probably crazy other science stuff. In her downtime, secretly, she's made a giant mantis. Why?
Because it's glorious.
Actually, I just had a thought. Maybe Layla Peters is basically a supervillain, because those are both, like, bad things.
Yeah, maybe she does have nefarious intentions, which is why.
Oh, geez, maybe it's government or military contracts. Maybe she's selling these weapons to the military.
These are pretty great weapons.
It sounds good to me. But we totally should paint her throughout the whole movie as a very benevolent, good boss. Like,
do you think we could get Hillary Clinton to play Layla?
We can always try. Actually, for how theoretical our movie pitches are, of course we can.
All right.
Sure. We should. It's been since season 1 that we actually involved actors in what we do.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as a last step thing. Oh, let's get the whole story down.
And Trump can be Skeevy Stevie.
Yes.
All right. That's actually pretty great.
Yeah.
Stevie.
Oh my God! And Bernie Sanders can be the bug.
You also slowed down during that, which made it all the funnier.
Oh my God!
This housefly is too big. We got to break it down.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool.
Great.
We're casted. Now let's keep writing.
Right. So once Scott's learned about this murder and he's done his own CSI investigating stuff, he's learned who it is. It was part of his mother's formula. Does he go to her and tell her? Is that a step, or is he suspicious?
I think. Well, like I said, I like the idea that like she's been like missing for a while.
Oh, right, yeah.
And like, well, because like I said, I think she got like kind of recruited against her will to work for this company. But that could be the thing. Like, maybe he manages to find them and run into her, and it's like, oh, geez, Mom, what's going on? And she could play it off like, oh, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. What we're doing here is great. Wink, wink, wink. And
I imagine the scientist version should give her give him like a really cool, a very distinct code, like a certain like a secret message embed somewhere somehow.
You could encode it in a genome sample.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, you could.
Or a more
you could code it into like a strand of RNA or something.
Yeah, that's actually really neat.
Maybe Layla Peters says like, oh, well, now that you're here and you're a scientist, looks like you've got a job here too. And he kind of like tumbles down the rabbit hole, so to speak, with this whole thing. So that could be our in there.
And he's okay with being recruited for that type of thing because he knows that he wants to get to the bottom of this himself. He's kind of our private eye, our protagonist here. He's the guy we're following. So he's okay getting closer to the company to find out why this happened.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like he's the only person that he tells about the car accident is his mom.
Right.
And because he wants to figure out like, okay, yeah, I get it. You're making stuff for the military, but like, why did this happen? And it could maybe be because they're doing oh man, this actually is pretty straightforward. Maybe, Peters is basically a warlord and selling stuff to like both sides. And, that scientist found out and was trying to out her for it. So they had him killed.
Oh, Kenneth, he went down like a hero.
Remember what we said about Hillary Clinton earlier?
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't even intend that. That was beautiful.
You see, my heart sunk when you said you finished it with warlord and not warlock.
Oh. No, it's sci-fi, Adam.
Okay.
Yes.
Sci-fi.
We take no political stands here at GenreBot, but that said, we do have brains. So I think we all know who we're voting for.
Vermin Supreme.
Yes, actually, that. That is exactly the man who has my vote.
All right, so all right, I kind of want Doug the Bug to be a Act 2 twist. That they meet Patricia early on, and it's just like, oh, this is my overworked coworker, and then it turns out that later it's like, oh yeah, she's making all these weapons for the government. Like, what other types of crazy weapons could she have? And yeah, it's Doug the Bug.
I want there to be like a really wacky scene. Like, I want Doug the Bug to be the comic relief because I get the feeling this is going to be a really tense movie. So I want him to be the comic relief where like Scott goes into like Patricia's lab and there's like a giant mantis like wearing a lab coat and he looks over and then like sees it out of the corner of his eye and then like quick looks over and like it's gone and then like Patricia comes back. He's like, wait, but I thought you looked like it. What? It's just me. There's no one else here.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I like that. Or just little hints at it all across, like maybe she's got like a bunch of mantis research and a bunch of like kind of key things pointing at it, and she's like, yeah, remember, back in the day, back in that prehistoric time, they grew really big.
Yeah, there could be like that JP3 moment where there's like a giant empty vat and the mantis is just kind of posed behind it.
That was the dumbest thing that happened in that whole series.
Is it?
No.
You mean that movie? Like that movie is just the dumbest part of that whole series?
Yeah.
Because I agree. Anyway, okay, so, all right, good stuff. I think we're right about at Act 2. We had our beginning, our intro.
We introed the stuff. Scott's just been recruited to work with, what are we calling them? Peters Solutions.
Peters Solutions.
And Act 2, we're in Act 2 now. So Act 2 is going to be a lot of, skulking around, trying to get a feel for what's going on. His mom's acting weird. Eventually he starts kind of getting the hint that like people are, oh, I have an idea. I think Patricia should be kind of an expositional character and she can be kind of washed up. Like her bug program got like denied, and so like she can be the one that's like, screw this place, man. The only reason we don't leave is because we're afraid, that we'll be the next ones to die. And she could maybe like talk too much, and then eventually, like Scott can end up finding her dead too.
Yeah, it's possible.
And they can try to like play it off like, oh, her giant mantis killed her. We knew that was a bad idea. And then Scott and Doug team up for the rest of the movie.
Doug can't speak, or like he has an intelligence of like 1 in D&D terms. Like he's a mantis.
Andrew, we're crossing over into pseudoscience here, but I just thought Ant-Man solution of he has ways of messaging the mantis, ways of converting brainwaves. Anything there?
You can't drift with the kaiju. The neural load would fry your brain.
Yeah, so he needed a buddy. But before we get too far, I want to bring Skeevy Stevie back into this. The two of them are on a team together with Doug the Bug.
Yeah.
To take out the warlord.
Uh-huh. Done and done.
I think
we can go home early, guys.
Hold on. Act 2, like I said, could be expositional, kind of like sneaking around, learning stuff about the place, and then I think sometime... Actually, you know what? Mysteries are all about misdirection. So maybe, like, I like what Adam said, where it's like, oh, Peters comes across as this super nice person that we like, but then, like, kind of becomes kind of nefarious later on.
You could see in the second act, Patricia's the one that's looking pretty evil. Like, with what her research is showing and stuff. And
she could be the one that seems kind of vengeful. Like,
definitely.
Like my program.
Which, to be fair, I'm immediately suspicious of Layla as the proprietor of a non-university affiliated, privately funded institute. Like, in my mind, that's either a place where they build arcs or tie babies together or something, or where the Nazis went after the war. Or maybe all three of those
Or
things.
it could be NASA. If you watch Interstellar, it could just be NASA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I see what Andrew's saying. I think she needs like one more subversion before you straight out say that she's the evil one. Like what? Because I want everyone's first guess when they see her to be like, "Oh, she's evil," to be like the final guess, and like it's like you got it right on the first try. If something like maybe she looked nefarious to begin with, then she turned over and like, "Oh no, I was trying to help you. Patricia was out of her mind, no good, bad stuff." But that in the second act, and then the third act is real. Like, no, she knew what she was doing, and Layla was really pushing for Patricia's research to get to this point where she could weaponize it.
Oh,
honestly, I think
I have an idea. Well, go ahead, Andrew. You first.
All right, well, I was just going to say, the only thing we need to do to make the audience think, like, oh, she's evil at the beginning is for her to be, like, super duper nice and be like, hey, how's it going? Welcome to my solutions. It's going to be great. And then, like, gradually she just gets kind of nice and stuff, and you're like, okay, maybe it's just a weird first impression. But then you're like, oh, no, she was a creepy weirdo.
That works.
What I was going to say is, what if, like, when he runs into his mom, she is, like, her dream was to finish this formula that regulates blood pressure. So maybe he sees that in her lab she really is perfecting that, and she really is getting to do that. So, and Layla Peters gives the impression that, oh no, what we do here is we take the scientists that, like, regular labs give up on or don't have faith in, and we give them all the money and resources they need to achieve their dreams. We want to make the world a better place, but like the thing is, it's like death threats, like working against your will kind of stuff. So like his mom at first is like, just kind of keeping it on the down low, but she's able to finish her research, but only because she did what they wanted first. They were like, we want you to, like, this mistake you made, we want you to
Right, yeah.
we want you to do it again and, do it for us.
We'll fund your blood pressure project if you sort out our blood weapon project first.
Exactly. So it's this big, it's just this big lie. The thing with Dr. Marshall, there could be some kind of thing where it's like, there could be some other way of twisting that where it's like, oh, she wanted to do this good thing and we let her do it. But it was really...
Yeah, and she could have an insanely powerful NDA against her. How she can't talk about it. Like, that's a big military engineering thing where it's like, whatever projects you're working on, you're, like, sworn to silence.
Exactly.
In, like, a very legal, dangerous way.
Yeah, exactly. So that's... Yeah, so that could be a good...
So what's the bad thing that they made her do?
Make who do?
Marshall. Like, what's the bad thing that they made her do?
Well, make giant bugs.
I think she's pro-giant bugs.
Giant bugs are great.
Maybe it's using the giant bugs as weapons and not just tools of study.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a one-in-one. It's like, hey, you can have this, but, like, this.
Yeah. It's like, oh, thank you for making... it's the reverse of what they do with Fuji. Instead of saying, like, oh, do this for us first, then we'll let you do your thing. They pull the rug under her and they said, oh, we'll let you do your thing. Actually, that was for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're manipulative.
I mean, I would open a park, but that's my deal.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way of doing the pulling the rug out from under you. Then
okay. So I think second act something has to happen between Scott and his mom, Dr. Fuji.
Act 2, I think, needs to be all about Scott suspecting that Patricia Marshall is the one behind the murders and stuff. And then, like, the Act 3 twist is that it wasn't her, it was actually Layla Peters, and this whole thing is just a mess. But the thing is, yeah, that's a twist and all, but that's not the end of the story, because Scott's still stuck there, and, like, something still needs to be done.
Yeah, that could be the really spooky, like, beginning of Act 3, like, I should say end of Act 2 scenario where Scott has to, like, he learns that Layla is actually evil, that she's doing this stuff, she's a warlord, she's selling these to whomever, but he can't do anything about it. He's under contract, like, he's roped in, and there's nothing that he and his mom can do. There's, like, prisoners, basically. Legal prisoners.
Kind of like Ex Machina. Where he signed a thing saying he wouldn't talk about what was going on, and stuff gets weird.
The papers, man. You got to read the fine print.
Yeah.
Or the regular print. No one ever reads any of it.
No. So anyway, let's...
Hang on. I was gonna... Alright, this isn't very climactic, but what if he then gets Skeevy Stevie, his roommate, in on it? Because the only thing better than a lawyer in this scenario is, like, a guy that can, like, find the loophole in anything, that can sell you a crappy, used, overworked car. Like there's some qualities of a used car salesman that say to me, oh, he has, like, legal skills. Like, he just went the wrong path in life.
I've got an idea.
I went the completely opposite end of the spectrum in terms of climacticness. I was just gonna have Leela, like, approaching Scott and his mom with a gun and going like, "You thought it was gonna be all so easy, wasn't it?" And then just, like, boom, Doug out of nowhere.
We
rip off
almost could have with that.
We could still have that moment.
Yeah.
Here, what I was going to say is maybe Scott decides to snoop around Peter's office, and in order to get her out of the building, he asks Skeevy Stevie to, like, crash his car into hers in the parking lot. So then they're out there just, like, talking. He just be like, "Oh man, I'm real sorry, but I bet I can get you a good deal on a new car." And like,
that's wonderful.
So, like, yeah, and she's like, "What are you doing, you idiot? Why are you even driving here? This isn't even, like, a normal place." And he, meanwhile, like, he's like watching out the window. He's, like, up in her office, like, snooping around.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, this came to mind for me. Is that she realizes something's up, and her security measure is releasing Doug into, like, the corridors. for some reason. Because I just had this scene in my mind of Scott. He's got, like, an important document, or he's got what he needs, and then he looks down the hallway, and there's a giant mantis that's coming after him. which, believe it or not, that was a nightmare of mine as a kid. I dreamt that I got up from the dinner table right before we ate to wash my hands, and I opened the bathroom door, and there was a giant, 10-foot mantis in there.
Your nightmare is my reality.
Yeah. What do you guys think of any of that?
I'm just brimming with lines today, guys. Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, that's good.
You on board?
No, yeah, I think at this point, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff going on. We've covered a lot of ground as far as what happens. Obviously, we can come up with a lot of stuff to put in. In fact, I think that realistically, we would probably even need more characters and
possibly more scientists.
More stuff going on. But I mean, we've got enough for you to visualize the mystery and the stuff.
I think all we need is the ending then.
Yeah, just the ending.
Yeah. So do we want Peters to die or not? Is my central question.
Do we want who to die?
Peters.
There's a lot of opportunities for an ironic end to her.
Cautionary sci-fi usually ends with the bad person dying because of their own hubris.
Yes, so something either with the blood explosionist or the giant mantis.
Although her hubris here is keeping people as legal prisoners, kind of, and just doing forcing them to do insane weapons work.
Right.
There needs to be some other... See, because, like I said, the cautionary sci-fi thing, what's the message here? I think the message is science should be used for good and not for evil, because that's kind of what's going on. So what could maybe happen is... We only have two things here. We've got the bug and we've got the blood stuff. There could be more. And there could be something that... kind of gives her a poetic justice death, maybe. Oh wait. I have an idea. What if? Oh man, trying to think. Maybe the blood pressure stuff. Maybe it only makes you explode if your blood pressure is high.
Oh.
So if you stay totally calm, then you'll be all right. So
and maybe they injected it with her earlier, but her whole cool, calm nature is finally broken in the end of the third act.
Yeah, maybe she something like that. So what basically happens is everything's crumbling around her, and Scott can just have that really badass line, just don't get too upset now.
Yeah, and then she realizes that oh no, I was pricked with the solution. Oh no, as soon as it's too late, and she blows up.
But then before she explodes, I think Doug should just snatch her up, and that should be the nail in the coffin for freaking her out.
And eats her head.
That sounds pretty good.
Eating heads is what we do here on Mantis Island.
Yeah, so between those two things, Scott's able to kind of escape the maze of the laboratory, reunite with his mother.
Oh, that can be in the commercial.
Yeah, reunite with his mother, and finally thwart Layla by turning not just her mantis, but her own blood solution against
Layla!
her.
You got eaten by a mantis.
Not to have a downer ending, but I think that...
they should all blow up.
No, I think Dr. Fuji should probably have to face some kind of charges for doing what she did, because she was so desperate to have her research pushed through that she was willing to compromise her morals and get in bed with this evil corp. You know what I mean? And that could be kind of a thing for Scott, where because he's the one, he's the redemption here. He gets to see all this and learn, and he's the audience basically. Mystery solved, justice served, and it can kind of end maybe with him maybe getting a job doing what she did, or I don't know, maybe
picking up her research because she can't do it anymore because she's going to jail.
Maybe, or maybe not jail, but maybe she just kind of gets stripped of all her certification or whatever.
Yeah. So he's practicing while she's non-practicing, and maybe they can still work together.
Maybe something like that or similar.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Hey!
And when we're forgetting, Skeevy Stevie has a new car to sell. So he's happy.
I am both surprised and glad that Skeevy didn't die, because for some reason I totally thought that he would.
Yeah, you can't kill the Donald.
I think he's on track to doing that himself.
Yeah. I was also going to propose end credit scene. He goes out to his car and it's a drive away, like his new, like maybe she had a really nice like Mercedes.
And Doug is driving it.
Yeah, Doug's like in the passenger seat, meets his face.
That spin-off movie, Skeevy and
then
Doug.
they go and fight crime.
Okay, that is definitely. We're definitely pitching that.
Okay,
Doug
guys,
and Skeevy.
My next genre is a buddy cop AMC series.
That would work. Fits the bill.
The Skeevy
First,
brothers.
One more step here. Right?
Skeevy and
Am
Bug.
I right?
Oh, yeah. So, first of all, are we cool with that story? We think that works? I
think we got it. We got all the pieces.
We did it. Yay! So now it's time for the 5-minute limit.
I was going to have Doug end up in a zoo, but I like this better. Yep.
5-minute limit time. All right, so time to name it. We've got 5 minutes. Go.
All right. For the let's see. What was our last sci-fi parable was Timeless or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is now a series on some channel.
Yeah, I saw that. Whatever. Just all right.
Like,
just go ahead and take our stuff.
They beat us to it.
Pay us, guys.
We're better than them, so it's fine.
You've got our email in our,
Our murder mystery was like Murder on Parson Street, I think it was.
That's right.
The incident on Parson Street, yeah, something like
Timeless Murder Street.
Nope, not that.
It's a start. All right.
It's tough. What kind of vibe do you want to go with this? Because they're two very different.
For
like
Mantis,
you said, one's a big scope.
For Mantis and Country.
For the Mantis of the Free.
Genetic code.
Nope. Well, okay, that's not terrible.
Genetic code of ethics. Peter's Solutions.
Oh,
Solutions.
That's pretty good.
The final solution.
Nope, Victor, let's not do that.
What? I don't get it. What's wrong with that name?
I let you get away with Untergang earlier.
That was clever.
It's also a Hitler movie.
Making fun of me.
I like Solutions is neat because it defines everything in this.
You can't.
It's the name of the company.
You can't be mad at me for making a Nazi reference for Nazi characters.
That's true.
They were Nazis.
The name of the company, part of Fuji's research. Then there's also like there's probably a solution involved with making Doug and how do we get out of this problem that we found ourselves in?
You know,
wait a
Victor,
second.
you can't be too quick to compare people to Nazis just because they're Nazis. That's offensive.
Hold on. Maybe if we give a name to this drug that Fuji is working on, that could be a good name for the movie.
Yeah. It needs a cool what was that one show that was on not too long ago? The Lazarus Effect.
Yeah,
like that type of thing.
Like
describing
maybe
it.
like it evens you out, like with your blood pressure. Maybe it's like Equalizer or.
Okay, solution. We're talking mixtures and some type of the blank drug.
The drug. Well, I'm trying to think of a clever name for that drug. Like.
The boost. All I think of is like superhero formulas.
I'm thinking more like I'm thinking more like
job.
medicine commercials. Well, we don't
want to call it like Tylenol.
No, something that's more like
Explodrin.
Just give me a second here.
There's no cool pharmaceutical term. I'm sorry, you guys, but you failed us. All the fun stuff's in science and engineering.
I don't think there's going to be a.
Hold on.
I don't think we can do
It's a drug.
Fun...
It's a drug that helps you with high blood pressure. So it could be like mellow, or that's not it. But like
I think.
Heart attack. Get it? Because No?
I don't get it. I'm waiting for the explanation.
Yeah.
Heart attack, because it has to do with blood and bad stuff happens.
That's-
The heart attack is an explosion.
Cardiac arrest.
You could call any movie Heart Attack then.
Okay, fine. Cardiac is interesting, right?
Cardio.
Sheer heart attack. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Cardio
Could be
visceration.
called the movie Radio Gaga.
We've got mystery. We've got corporation. We've got warlords. We've got drugs that have to do with blood pressure.
Okay, we don't
We've
have a
got giant
warlord.
mantises.
We don't have a warlord. We have a warmonger.
Maybe that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That could be it. Something with monger. That's not iron, because of iron and blood. Haha, very funny.
Bloodmonger.
That's pretty badass. I like
That's
blood.
more of a-
Yeah,
I like bloodmonger. Like Jesus, that works out. It makes sense, and it's insanely
It's
awesome.
a metal band name. It's not a movie name.
Bloodmonger Death Wish.
Oh god, it's so metal.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've got the right idea. I just don't know if that's the title we want for this movie.
Okay, fine. What's another besides monger? What is a synonym for that?
How about
I was gonna say the Icar effect which is not an O.
I'm onto something here. I was gonna say Blood War, but that's way too like Game of Thrones. I'm thinking more like
It's not even Game of Thrones. That's just like insanity. Blood War. Bad death.
Race. The
I'm
blood
thinking
race.
the name should capture something about like the like how these scientists want to do good things and kind of made a compromise in order to make it happen. Something that captures that.
Icarus or Daedalus. One of those two.
Oh, Icarus is good. We can call it.
Because of that, they had the good intentions and.
Wait, maybe we can call it like Project Icarus
That's neat.
or something like that.
I like that better than the Icarus effect.
Yeah, that's a little too on the nose.
I feel like. Well, all right.
Or it could be the.
I think we're out of time anyway.
Icarus.
Yeah, we
Icarus
are.
is a good name on its own. I just feel like it's either taken or a little ambiguous.
I think there might be a Greek guy by that name. Let me throw one more. The Icarus solution.
Huh. No.
No, because nothing gets solved.
That's two great tastes that don't taste great together.
Okay, I'm fine with Project Icarus. I think that's got a nice flow to it.
That's not bad, yeah. It definitely captures the science part, and it might even sort of kind of capture the mystery part. So, all right, I'm writing it down. Project
Awesome.
Icarus.
Wait, I don't like Project, though. That sounds very like VHS movie about a lizard.
Experiment, the Icarus experiment.
Yeah, that's better.
Victor, is that better for you?
The Icarus experiment sounds way too specific.
It is specific.
Mm,
What do you want from us?
but like scientists would call it Project.
No.
How about I think we can do better than that. We've got the word Icarus. We just need to.
Experiment : Icarus.
We already have Experiment : Earth.
Yeah, we already have that.
That's the joke, guys. Glad he caught it.
Hypothesis.
Actually, what about
Abstract.
Victor, you've got it. Whatever it is. 'Cause
are
we're
we
over
gonna
time.
call the serum thing Icarus? Is that what that's called?
Sure.
Are we saying that it's all called the Icarus serum?
Yeah. That might be it. Yeah. Are you saying Icarus
right.
serum?
Well, no. I was saying like if that's
Ask your doctor if Icarus is right for you.
what that is, if that's the thing, then it could be the fall of Icarus.
Great. Sell it. Ship it. I want it on a poster. I want it on a backpack.
Well, because Icarus did fall, and symbolically that represents what happens here. This great project that gets totally messed up because of this corrupt organization.
I want it printed on lunchboxes. I want those lunchboxes to be sold in the gift shop of my Mantis Island.
All right, so the fall of Icarus, we did it. This was a trying episode, but I think that was kind of the point. We really wanted to push our stuff here. If you think we should stick to one genre, let us know by emailing us or contacting us on social media. Our email is podcast.genrebot@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter. The Twitter is at GenreBot Podcast because GenreBot already exists, except
and they don't deserve a shout out.
Except they're liars. All right. So anyway, you can find our podcasts on our website. Or on iTunes, Omni, Spreaker, Stitcher, wherever podcasts can be found. I believe that's it. And next time, we're going to have another spectacular mashup of genre wackiness, and that is going to be decided by Adam.
Yes, it is. So, are you guys ready for a throwback? We're going way back in the seasons for this one.
Zombie, 80s
we're
action.
Going like. Nope, not 80s action. But we've had plenty of. We had a whole trilogy worth of 80s action.
Inspirational Animal?
Nope, we just
not inspirational animal.
We just did something kind of like that.
Very, very close. All right, so instead of you guys just guessing, I'm going to tell you. All right,
it's normally how it works.
So all right, we're going to the future, but it's all melodrama and sad teenagers who are having troubles.
Oh, God, wait, can I guess it? A coming-of-age wacky time travel movie?
No, nope. YA dystopia is the first half of it.
Okay.
And what's better in a YA dystopia than giant Japanese monsters?
Oh, jeez.
It's a YA dystopia kaiju movie.
Oh, my gosh. That's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Probably a literal one.
I made a big, long, fat list of all different combinations, and I'm like, this is the best. It won. I'm like, you're the one to do. So bring your giant monsters and let the games begin.
No squirrels this time, right?
Nope.
No
unless you want to. Double down on squirrels.
Hashtag squirrel double down. All right. Great. Good stuff. All right, guys. Cool. Good work.
Why did I use up my giant mantis on this week?
I know. I mean, hey, double down on mantises.
Double down.
It'd be triple down.
Will Andrew have a mantis every episode this season?
Tune in next time to find out.
All right.
Now I'm going to. You just signed your own death warrant, my friend.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I want it on a poster. I want it on a backpack.
Because Icarus did fall, and symbolically that represents what happens here. This great project that gets totally messed up because of this corrupt organization.
Yeah, that works as a sci-fi parable.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Andrew, you're full robot now. Let's end this, okay?
It's just noise.
I want it printed on lunchboxes. I want those lunchboxes to be sold in the gift shop.
You heard that, right? Just the 2 seconds
Yeah,
of him saying,
Yes. Yes. He was still going. He was still going off about that. Oh my god.